introduce. Hello everyone, I am Nangorden. Yeah, it's my great pleasure to share with you today my journey in English 103 this semester. This talk is to review my own growth process and summarize the important skills learned in the course. During this semester, I improved my abilities in multimodal right and critical thinking and also gain a deeper understanding of my learning mode by exploring the concepts of semantics and learning zones. With this talk, I aim to show what I have learned from the course, and I hope to be able to share some assignments and experience that I have found significant, which have which have helped me overcome many challenges and become more competent and better at experiencing myself. I hope my sharing will enlighten you and show you how this course has influenced my study and life. Thank you all. Initial struggles and challenges. Here are the difficulties I had in learning visual and sound rhetoric and how I overcame those challenges. When I first encountered this concept that seemed very abstract to me, I can understand the examples listed in the article, such as how to analyze memes, but I don't know how to express that when I write the homework. Yeah. In addition, in the exercise of sound rhetoric, the attempt to perceive sound through the body is very novel to me, and although it is not difficult, I find it an easy challenge. But these challenges didn't make me give up. Yeah, in order to make myself understand more deeply, I also reflect on the way I write, because the professor gave me some feedback. Yeah, I realized that I should reduce the direct quoting of of, of theory and instead expressing it in my own words while while incorporating my actual experience. These are all methods that I can really incorporate it into my writing and analyze. LA Burning the Rise 25 years late. I would like to share some of the challenges I encountered while analyzing the film LA Burning the Rise 25 years later and how I overcame them. At the beginning of this assignment, I felt I was in a very comfortable zone because the film itself was attractive and the content was intuitive. I initially thought it would be enough to describe the content of the film and the emotions expressed. However, as I began to dive deeper into visual and sound rhetoric, I, I suddenly found myself in the zone of recent development. How to relate visual and auditory symbols to the field was a completely foreign and challenging to me. Although this assignment is very difficult, I am trying to find a way due to the desire for results. One of the biggest difficulties in analyzing the Korean time since was understanding the deeper meanings of the images and the sound symbols. I could see the image of the owner guarding the store with a gun, but it was hard to explain how it reflected the fear of the community and the racial issues of society. This made me feel very anxious and even went into the panic zone for a while, yeah, wondering if I could finish the assignment. Through my efforts, I began to discover the meaning behind these symbols. The guns in the picture, for example, symbolize not only self-defense but also the anger and the frustration of the community in the face of systemic neglect. Sound elements such as sirens and shuttering reinforce the viewer's perception of chaos and tension. I also realized that Ron Nicking's end of a credit interview calling for peace was not only an emotional expression, but also a reminder to the audience to pay attention to social injustices. In this whole process, I have a deeper understanding of the concept of learning zone. In this whole process, I have a deeper understanding of the concept of learning zone. I realized that my comfort zone didn't allow me to really improve while ZBD is challenging. It is the key to my growth. Even if we fall into the panic zone, we can still overcome these challenges as long as we take the initiative to seek help and medals. Difficulties in completing your how well-paid homework. When I first started reading the book, I found that it was presented through the different characters' perspective. This kind of multi-perspective narrative was a challenge for me, and although it added depth to the story, I found it difficult to understand the meaning of each chapter. Another part that I found challenging was comparing the novel to Singleton's film. While the film directly addressed anger and confusion through visual and oral elements, the novel relies more on delicate inner description to express emotion. How to interpret this multimodal text in a semiotic way is a major challenges for me. To overcome these challenges, I try to start with the concept of a learning zone. At first, I felt like I was in my comfort zone, just reading and completing simple assignments. But as I delve deeper into the cultural significance of these symbols, as well as racial issue, I got into ZBD. Yeah, I tried to reread the novel and combine what I learned in the course to solve these challenges. Definition: multimodality is analysis that requires the use of multiple symbols such as words, images, sounds, etc. CBD in the face of challenging situation, I complete this challenging parts through my own efforts of the help of others. Confront CBD, my comfort zone is where I feel relaxed and simple. For example, I find it easy to analyze simple multimodal text or find answer directly for books. However, I think that excessive reliance on comfort zones may hinder, uh, hinder our exploration of or pursuit or deeper knowledge because people are lazy. Panic CBD, the panic CBD zone is where I get frustrated. Like when I feel overwhelmed the first time I try to complete an assignment on a race relation topic. Personal experience and the skills I have learned. When I start writing essay 2, initially I was sure how to integrate semiotics and multimodality into a personal essay. Since this is an unfamiliar area for me, my past paper have usually been in a very common format. The structure of the vignettes was a big challenge, and at first I had no idea, and I was worried that the reader wouldn't understand what I was trying to say. I was in the panic zone at this point as I read Teach's autobiography over and over again. I began to try to think of each vignette as a separate work, and it was at this point that I found myself getting out of the panic zone and figure out how to finish the memoir. The isolation brought on by COVID-19 and the quiet but recent I love in families. By focus on design, I can invite the reader to interpret the deeper meaning behind these things, which I think can make the reader feel and those certainly the reader's interest in reading. I learned writing skills for SAT, and this assignment also gave me a better understanding of semiotics and multimodality. SA3 was a unique challenge for me because it not only had an incredible word word count requirement, but also required us to identify a research question and include pre-reviewed articles and personal experience, which require all the knowledge we had learned. At first, the text felt overwhelming. This challenge put me in the panic zone early on. I tried to organize my thoughts and think about how to make this article like an academic study. Although I don't know if I succeed in do so. I think the most important obstacle in is effectively integrating research. Why I want my writing to reflect my personal experience during COVID-19, I realized that my ideas need to be supported by reliable sources. At first, I thought that my article did not match the research direction, but when I revised the article, I tried to blend the two together. Although I was in the panic zone at the beginning, feeling scared and uncertain, feedback from classmates and professors helped me get into ZBD. Their comments can give me a clean idea of how to improve the translation and further develop my argument. By the end of the article, I had reached my comfort zone. So this article, I learned the importance of combining personal experience with professional research. This combination can improve the credibility of my thesis.